All right, welcome to this challenge. Get higher paying clients. This training series is going to help you to get higher paying clients, understand why you're not getting the higher paying clients, or why you're not getting any clients potentially, right? How to get leads, what exactly to do. And really it's about how to consistently hit 10K months. Why 10K months, right? That is the first goal, I believe. Let's see if this is actually working. It says here my live video has ended, so let me just wait a moment. Okay, so if you are here in this challenge, and I just spoke about having and learning how to hit 10Ks and why that is the best or the first goal that as a coach and a healer and a practitioner, we really need to be going for financially, right? Take two. To apologize, guys. Okay, so firstly, I'm so excited for you guys to be here. I have a ton of notes, so if I'm looking down or stuff like that, I want to make sure I don't miss anything. I get excited, right? I do get excited. You're going to learn a lot about me in the next 5 days if you are new to me, okay? So this challenge is all about hitting 10K months, learning how to be consistent in your business, getting leads, client attraction, and more. Hopefully my family will not be noisy in the background, so I do apologize if that's noisy. My son and husband are playing with gel guns. Okay, so there ain't no freeloading here. Okay, so I spoke about this in a video really briefly, and I don't mean no freeloading. This is a free challenge, but where I'm asking you all to show up. Right, so firstly, I'm going to be showing up fully. I'm going to be giving you lots and lots of information, stories, potentially getting very raw and honest, and I'm just going to be saying it how it is, right? And I know you guys are going to be bringing it also. So everything from my end, is here. I want you guys to be meeting me halfway. And why do I want you to do that, right? There's no more observers in the group. 2020 is about doing things differently. So if you've been an observer in the past and you're happy to sit back, watch everyone, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, if that's your excuse, if that's what's been going on internally, now is the time to shift that pattern. Now is the time to start doing things a whole different way, right? That's one of the reasons that I'm really calling everyone in. So if you haven't watched the video before, I'm going to quickly go through. I do have zero patience and tolerance for people who are just happy to sit back and observe and not actually take action. So in this challenge, if you don't do the action steps, which is firstly to do your introduction video, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, it doesn't have to be long. It is a live video, but only in this group, and I know it's scary. This is part one, okay? We are going to learn how to face the fears and them survival patterns that have kept us small and kept us safe. We're going to learn about that throughout this challenge. And the first step you're going to do is you're going to step outside of your comfort zone and you're going to go live. You're going to tell us all about you. Okay, tell us about your goals, your business, just a quick introduction, okay? It can be longer, shorter, but it doesn't have to be long. So I will leave it open. The next thing is that I will leave this open until Monday USA time, so I'll give you guys a bit more time to either invite people in, do your live video, and once, about this time tomorrow, once that is here, I'm going to go through and see who has and hasn't done their videos, and I will boot people out. All right, I will boot you out if you are not here for the right reasons, or if you're not ready to show up yet. No judgment. Okay, judgment-free zone. I'm not going to judge you for it. Not everyone's ready, and that's okay. But in 2020, I made a commitment to myself that I'm going to bring along 1,000 entrepreneurial women to hit 6 figures. Or was it 100? No, I've made it 1,000 now, right? So I know from my own experience, from my tens of thousands, $100,000 worth of training, coaches, all of the stuff, all of my healing and my experience, that if you are wanting to hit 6 figures and 10K months consistently, you are going to be required to step outside of your comfort zone and show up in a different way. Okay, guys? And that's what it's really about, right? There's a whole lot more, but you're going to have to get ready to get uncomfortable, right? So I don't have any more tolerance for this. I'm going to keep it open for a little bit longer. Tolerance for this. I have tolerance for this, but not for people just sitting back, right? I'll keep it open a little bit longer, and then this time tomorrow, if you haven't done your video and you no longer can find the group, that's why. All right, guys? All right, so next thing, I want to invite you. So I want to invite you, firstly, to get nice and safe. All right, this first video may go a little bit longer, especially since Facebook kicked me out the first time. All right, so firstly, I want to invite you to first get safe and get your nervous system on board, just for this training especially, right? Not only for getting more clients and more money, but also for this training. And we're going to do that by just slowing things down for a moment. So firstly, just close your eyes. Just come with me, guys. Even if you're on the replay, come with me here. I want to invite you to close your eyes and get your nervous system on board. Because as you will learn throughout our time together, it's not the know-how or the strategies or, you know, the next latest version of this strategy and that strategy that really holds us back in our business and in money and in success. It is our nervous system and our subconscious beliefs and perceptions and wiring. Okay, guys, so we want to get that on board. So close your eyes. So I'll go into this more and more throughout our time together, but for now, close our eyes, get our nervous system on board. We're going to do some vagal breaths. Okay, so we're going to breathe in nice and slowly, and we're going to hold it in for a moment, and then we're going to exhale even more slowly. So we're going to do a count of 4 in, hold for 4, and 8 out. Now that's going to be quite a long time, so do what's relatively good for you. Okay, so breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 8. And do it again. So this is what's known as a vagal breath. With our eyes closed, we're ready to really become present. We're going to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 8. And maybe while we're doing these vagal breaths and breathe in for 4, maybe you're worried, maybe you're stressed out, maybe you're going through some stuff right now. Hold for 4. Breathe out for 8 and continue this pattern. Maybe you feel like, you know, you're the phoenix rising. There's a lot of stuff going on right now in Australia. Keep that vagal breath going. Just get really, really present. There's a lot of things going on right now. It's really important to just slowly exhale. But right now, we're going to just let the past be. Any emotions from the past, we're just going to let it be. Okay, so we're not pushing away. We're not changing them. We're just letting them be. And breathe out for 8. Keep those eyes closed. So could you imagine things that you're stressed about in the future? Okay, while you're doing this breath work, just imagine those things you're stressed about, whatever the stress is, any of that fear, any of that stress, any stress of the future. So take a deep breath in. Give yourself permission to feel the stress of the future, and ever so slowly as you exhale, exhale all of that worry. Okay, just let it be. Be present right now. Right now, wherever you are, whatever you're worried about, right now is all that matters, okay? Take that deep breath in, hold that breath for 4, squeeze the body and let yourself feel those emotions, and then we're going to exhale for 8. You're going to give yourself permission to feel it, allow it, and then let it go and let it be, okay? Before you open your eyes, and you get back to your normal breath and your regular breath, I want to remind you that yesterday is over, okay? Even a second ago is the past, okay? It's not then, it's not now. It's right now in this moment that we can change our relationship to the past, and I am able, and I'm going to invite you, and you are able to invite you to get over this in the next week, okay? Invite you to really allow yourself in. I'm going to invite you to have some curiosity about what you can do differently. Okay, how could it be different? How could you engage in a different way? How can you see things in a different way? How can you perceive in a different way right now? How can you take off those blinders, the psychologically induced blind spots, those scotomas, and allow the new learning, allow the new up level, allow this new process to be able to take over, so we can start to see things in a new way. Seeing it with our new ears, our new eyes, maybe hearing it with our new ears, okay? You are called here for a reason. If you're here, I do believe everything happens for a reason. There is no such thing as a coincidence. So before we get started, firstly, I'd like to honor you and thank you. And now it's time to honor yourself and honor that part of yourself that showed up, okay? That's ready to change, it's ready to up level. Just really feel it. Okay, and get ready to make the most out of this. So one more deep breath. 4 in, hold for 4, and then out for 8. Okay, open your eyes, come back in, attention to the room. How are you feeling? Right, so those vagal breaths, you can use that anytime. What is the reasoning behind that? If you've watched any of my stuff, you're going to know and you're going to learn more about the safety aspect of our physiological body and how it's connected to our emotional and our spiritual body. We're going to learn how to reset that nervous system, and that's what we were doing. Okay, resetting, overriding the autonomic nervous system, and just allowing yourself to say, yes, it's safe now. It's safe to just bring in all this information. It's safe to be here. It's safe to allow and receive. Okay, guys? So tell me in the comments, how you feeling? You feeling good? Was that a nice exercise? You can use that breath for anything like that again, okay? So now we've just got our focused attention, okay? We're ready to learn. We're ready to go. Firstly, again, well done for showing up, okay? Not everybody's going to show up. Not everyone's going to be here, and that's okay. Well done to you. Let's celebrate that and honor that, okay? You're here, and I'm going to assume that you're here. That if you're here and you're here right now, you're ready for some changes, okay? And you're ready to make an impact in the world, right? Hands up if you're ready to make an impact in the world. Hands up if you know you've got some amazing talents, some amazing gifts, and you've got a purpose and you've got a passion, and you're here to learn how to express that and how to actually make money from that, right? There's the M word, the money. Okay, if you're ready and willing to learn, if you're ready and willing to learn how to get clients and make an impact, right? Hands up, give me some love, give me some likes if this is you, right? If you would consider yourself an impact-driven entrepreneur, an impact-driven, a heart-centered person who is here to make a difference, right? Maybe it doesn't even seem possible yet, okay? So, but if you are ready and you're here and you're present and you're allowing it, I want you to just raise your hand and say, yes, that's me. Okay, so here is my promise to you, okay? Over the next 5 days, I'm going to give you a lot. I'm going to give you a lot of stuff. I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to just be sharing. And my goal is to earn your trust. Okay, I want to be really upfront and honest about that. My goal is for you to feel safe, and my goal is to earn your trust so you can fully take this in and you can fully learn. This is a combination of $100,000 worth of trainings and courses and coaches and mentors and healings and my own up-leveling, right? This is not all completely my information. This is everything I've collected, the parts that I know have worked for me in my business that I'm putting together to help you in your business, okay? Because I believe that once we've been there, it's our obligation to help others to come along, right? That's one of the reasons. All right, so I guarantee you that the fastest way to get clients and turn your passion, your certifications, all of that training and learning into financial freedom is going to be here. Okay, that's what I'm guaranteeing for you today. Hopefully this is still going. It looks like it. Beautiful. Okay, so make sure that you bring your energy, make sure you show up, and you're here to play full out. Because how you show up here is how you will show up in your business, right? If you can't show up here and play full out and be engaged, what's going to be happening when you're alone in front of your laptop, right? If you can't show up here while we're all here together, while we all put our hands up and say, yes, we're ready to learn. Like my sunburnt from yesterday. Put sunscreen on but missed a spot. So we're ready to learn, yes, okay. Next this, let's check what I put here. Oh yeah, next, this is a conversation, pitch and catch, ask questions, okay? I want to know what's going on for you. If you don't understand something throughout this process, just ask, okay? There's no such thing as a silly question. Get involved, okay? Don't be shy. Really need you to get engaged with this. So I may use adult language, depending on the day and the mood and what's going on, if I need to break a pattern or whatever it may be. And I will probably use humor, or what I feel is probably humor, but you know, just play along with me there, okay? So if anything triggers you, and yes, it may be triggering on some people on some levels, I don't want you to just go, I want you to recognize the trigger, become aware, ask yourself the right questions, because if a trigger is just a learning experience, if we look at it the right way, right? right? And if you get triggered, then congratulations, we've got a new way to grow. Awesome. Introduction. So for those of you that are new to me, my name is Rebecca White. I'm a Pure Abundance Breakthrough Coach. I'm an energy healer, a practitioner. I have a lot of different tools under my belt, and my latest system and program is Abundance Coach, the Pure Abundance Coach system, which is a one-on-one program. And of course, if you're here, then you're probably wanting to know, how do I get clients for that system? How do I get clients for my business? How do I actually make a decent living? That's what I'm also here to do, because years ago, I got really, really sick and tired of seeing these amazing, wonderful women who could do amazing things get themselves so scared they just freeze and they end up not doing their business in whichever way and capacity, right? That really triggered me and it pissed me off. So that was the catalyst for me getting my first ever coach. Okay. I help women to get uncomfortable and make a ton of money, make as much money as they want, get over their fears and their blockages. I call it biohacking their abundance codes, belief systems, all of that stuff, right? So they can show up fully, right? And they can bring it all together, because I want to make it a normal for you to be able to share your gifts and get paid well for it, okay? That should be a normal. So I do, what did I write here? Oh my God, I even wrote my introduction. I'm really organized today, but I don't follow notes that well. That's the problem, right? So I was born with a slight level of defiance. I've had a really interesting childhood. I have a book coming out, a co-authored book coming out on the 10th, which you will all be invited to buy, which is going to be like 99 cents. Crazy, right? It's going to tell you a bit more about me and my story, so please do that. I am a channel. I love working with my guides and angels. I am a certified law of attraction coach. I'm a life coach. I am psychologist, kinesiologist. I love everything about humans, everything about learning about attachment styles, polyvagal theory, angels, guides. It all is all connected to me, right? So I love all of that stuff, okay? But really, I have this level of defiance that, you know, I'm ready to really challenge that status quo and say to people, you know, like, what's going to stop you besides yourself, right? I want to help you to defy those patterns in you that say I can't, right? Because I watch what's happening in the world today, and the people that are the loudest are the people that shouldn't be the loudest. The people that should be the loudest are you guys. So I'm going to help you to find your voice and start to get loud, share, and expand from that, right? I want to inject more of that abundance codes and those beliefs and systems into you guys, into the people who can really change the world. Because I believe that's you, right? That's you and me. And that's people like us, people who are here for more, okay? So it's my life's work to show up for women, to help them to receive divine compensation and change the world by making themselves and by being themselves and making themselves a priority and showing up without fear, okay? Through self-mastery, connection, healing, all of those wonderful things. So firstly, did you do the decluttering? So did you do the decluttering and set your intentions for the challenge and for the year, right? It's very, very important to know where we're heading. We need to have clarity on that. So how much cash did you put in your purse? Remember, like attracts like, cash to cash. You know, did you follow those easy, simple steps that I put in the first video? Next thing, I'm going to ask you lots of questions throughout this, okay, guys? So get a pen and paper ready, okay? And I will have action steps, and I'll put it on the video after it's finished, okay? So the first thing I'm going to ask you is, so do you know what part of you is most responsible for getting and receiving or attracting clients? That's the first thing I'm going to ask you. Do you know what part of you is responsible for getting, receiving, and attracting clients? Any suggestions? Let me have a look here. Yeah, how you do one thing is how you do everything, Carolyn. You're exactly right. Is it your self-esteem? Is it your marketing strategy? Is it your energy? Is it your frequency? Well, frequency is part of it, actually. Is it, you know, the fact that you don't know how to use different platforms? Is it the fact that, you know, you might be completely back in old school and not even know anything about Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or TikTok or whatever it is you're deciding to go on right now, right? Is it any of those things? And what if I told you it's not because you have this or that, or that you have, you know, different certifications, or you need to learn more, or you need to just build up more and have more tools in your tool belt. What if I told you it's not about that, and it's actually about your nervous system and your subconscious belief and programming and patterning? What if I told you that? Maybe even your attachment style is why you are not getting clients. What if I said that to you? You're going to be like, what? Okay, so we have, and let's just be honest here, we have a ton of information out there. I'm giving away 5 days of free training, right? This is free information, more content. We live in this world of an extreme amount of information right now. You can Google up everything, right? So it's not that, okay? It's not that you don't have the right information. It's that you don't know, you are not implementing because there is emotional, energetic, underlying blocks, because there are fears and you're not sure how to get past them, or survival patterns. There's self-sabotaging patterns. There's programs, right, that are blocking you. That's why you're not getting what you want, because 100K is not hard. 100K is not even a huge amount of money, right? When you think about the scheme of things, 100K is nothing, right? So that's not why you're not getting the money, right? It's your nervous system, it's your subconscious, it's your subcortical programming, understanding and the concept around that, that is stopping you and blocking you from being able to get the right clients and get the right money. There's the first awareness and aha. So as an entrepreneur, our goals that should be to take all of this subconscious learning, all of this subcortical learning and patterns, and turn it into all of this conscious learning and patterns, and turn it into subconscious habits. Okay, start to literally create new neuro pathways, new wiring. It's like driving a car. Like when you first learn something new, it takes a lot more time, and we need to practice it over and over and over and over again, because we want to start to make it habitual. When you first got in a car, did you know how to drive it? No. Did you have to use a lot of information and a lot of attention and energy to learn how to drive that car? I bet when you first started, the first 10 times you drove a manual, for example, you were doing nothing else besides concentrating on the gears, on the feet. You were just nothing else. You couldn't talk. You couldn't probably listen to things. You were just like, how do I do this? Let's get this right, right? And now you're probably driving down the highway, changing gears while eating a burger and having a drink at the same time. Who knows, right? Because you've made it a habit. It's now part of your habitual mind. It is subconsciously programmed in. It becomes second nature. And that's what we need to get to the stage at for these entrepreneurial skill sets we're going to be talking about in here. And it's not normal. It does take time. It does take some growing, okay? So we need to make that habitual. So that's our goal as entrepreneurs, is to get to the basics, like returning to love, building up resilience very naturally, habitually, receiving, making it a habitual program, okay, making it a habitual pattern, and using this new entrepreneurial skill set for a lot of you in a habitual way. And that's going to take some time, and it's going to take some practice, but I'm going to show you everything you need to know, right? Okay, so day one is about releasing resistance and removing fear, and understanding how to do that, okay? Because we cannot possibly receive from a spiritual standpoint. If you are in fear, you are not in receiving mode, right? Fear, love, whichever you want to call it, right? But if you are in fear, if you are in scared mode, if you are staying small and you're allowing your nervous system and your safety system keeping you here, if you're allowing that, you are not able to grow and receive, right? Because that is not the receiving mode. That's not the energy and the frequency we need to be in. Okay? Okay, so it's also learning why you're not getting what you want, and maybe even the skill set that you may be missing. We're going to go through that. So my goal is to help you to create a heap of learning and then make it subconscious and make it habitual. That'd be really cool, wouldn't it? It can be automatic, just like creating sales can be automatic. I'm going a little bit slow here every now and again, so I'm hoping it's all good for the video and for you guys. And also helping you to understand how to feel safe around sales and receiving, okay? Because safety and the nervous system is key, okay? So we all have these certain patterns, we all have these fears, and all of these things are really trying to hold us back, and it's okay. That's normal. That's human nature. That's the human condition. There is a part of you that feels safe in these habits, and we're going to speak to that more in the coming days, okay? But maybe our self-sabotaging patterns are safer. maybe our habits of keeping us small and not actually showing up and doing the actions we know we should be doing are safer, and that's why we're still there, right? But we need to learn now how to get past that. So those are the roadblocks to business. Those are roadblocks to life. Those are roadblocks to having an extraordinary relationship with self, with money, with clients, with partners, all of those things, right? But what if we can break that cycle and learn how to approach things differently? What if? Okay, so firstly, are you willing? Are you ready, willing, and able to heal? You are able, the things which have kept you stuck. I need to ask that question. Are you ready? Are you willing? Are you ready to heal those things that have kept you stuck? Okay. It's so important to know what type of person you are. We will go through that more as well, and how you are going to show up, because it's more important to know what sort of person is stuck than to know what sort of stuck a person is, right? It's then we can help you to get unstuck because we're knowing what's going on internally. And it's always an internal battle, always an internal battle, right? So your relationship to business, your relationship to money, your relationship to everything has a lot more to do with your history and your attachment styles and your safety and nervous system than anything else, okay? We're going to be tapping into that more and more further along as well. So first one, okay, it's time to show up. What did I wrote? First one, first thing. It's time to show up in your business, and tell me how much you love it and how much are you ready to receive. I literally want you to tell me, how much do you love your business out of 10? Right, I want to get these things clear. I'll have these on an action item, but if you want to write them down right now, you can tell me. Okay, how much do you love your business? Is it 10 out of 10? Is it 9 out of 10? Is it 8 out of 10? You love what you do, but you hate all this sort of, part of work. You don't like the marketing side. You don't like the sales side. Tell me, how much out of 10 do you absolutely love it? And how much are you ready to receive? How much do you feel you're ready to receive right now? Okay, because it's going to be all about the balance and the flow. I am a channel. I'm going to channel, and I do receive guidance. I'm going to channel that through as it comes through for people. Okay, guys, so just be aware of that. And all the time, we're going to be just working on this balance. How can we get you safer? How can we get you to understand what's the next level for you to take to be able to create higher paying clients? Because you won't be able to create higher paying clients without getting a lot of these concepts and these awarenesses, right? I know it because I've been there. I've been there. Okay. So this very thing depends on being able to release resistance, release the fear, and get into safety and get into secure attached mode, and understanding what it's going to take for you to get from that fear, which is resistance, into love, which is receiving. Okay, so as soon as we release all of that resistance to being worthy of receiving the money, receiving the clients, receiving the accolades, receiving the success, whatever it may be, that is what happens when we are able and willing to start to receive, right? As soon as we get really, really clear on that resistance is, what that resistance is. So how many of you can say that that you truly love what you do? Right? Because this is what it's all about. You guys are the impact-driven female entrepreneurs. You know what you do is so important. You know that if you don't actually show up, you're not going to be living your purpose, right? That's how important this is. So important. Okay, I love that I get to do this work. Is it things like, I love that I get to do this work. I love that I can get to make an impact. Those are the things that I love, right? How many of you can really say that? So how many of you can really feel that and say it, and also say, what I do comes naturally and easily to me? If that's you, put your hand up, right? You love to make an impact. You're here for the right reasons, and what you do, it comes so naturally. Maybe not the marketing and sales, but what you actually do, what you practition, right? Could be healing, could be coaching. All of those things come naturally to you, right? You're in the right place. Okay? I'm going to have a look who actually shows up there. So when you feel like it comes naturally, what holds a lot of people back? When it feels like it's too easy, like it comes naturally, like, this is not actually that hard. I can do this really simply. I can help people do this. I can heal people by doing this. Because one of the modalities I use, such as emotion code, is so simple. I felt guilty for so long charging for that, right? Put your hand up if you can, you can actually, basically, you've been there before. You know, have you felt guilty because what you've done is so easy and it's like, oh my God, this is so easy. I've just healed this person, or I've just coached this person with one simple sentence. So, for example, I was at the gym a little while ago, and one of my good friends was trying to lose weight for her wedding. As a coach, obviously I know to get to the root cause of what's really holding you back, and that is the nervous system. It's safety, of course. It is your programs, your patterns, your beliefs, of course, right? So she's saying to me, I don't know why I just can't get to this weight. I know I've been there before. I know I can do it. I'm exercising, I'm eating well, I'm doing everything, but my scales will not get under this weight anymore. I just don't know what's holding me back. And we were literally stretching down at the gym. And I just said, well, what happened last time you were there? And she said, oh, well, last time I got there, you know, I did have a marriage breakup and all that. I said, so do you feel like your nervous system or your subconscious feels safe to get there again? Do you need to have a bit of a conversation with that part of you? Right? Straight away, I said, was it safe back then? When she lost all that weight last time round, her whole world imploded, right? Her nervous system is saying, no, I don't want to get back to that weight. I don't want to lose my partner. I don't want to have all of this drama and all of this negative stuff happen to me again. So I will not allow you to lose the weight because it is not safe for you to lose that weight. It is going to cause too much of this, too much havoc, right? That's how it is for your business as well. Have you ever earned 10K months? Is it safe for you to earn 10K months? If you've never earned it before, there's going to be a lot of resistance, a lot of beliefs, a lot of programs, a lot of patterns that are going to come up to say, oh, that's not safe. You might be earning more than your partner. That could cause some drama. You might be earning more than your parents ever earned. That could cause some drama. You might end up becoming the richest person or the richest, the person that earns way more than most of your other colleagues. And what does that do? It starts to isolate you. That becomes a very big safety concern. Now we can start to understand how the nervous system gets involved, right? Then subconsciously, we are going to sabotage or create some survival patterns, which is the sabotage, so we don't get to there. Because being over here and earning this amount of money is going to separate us, is going to isolate us, is going to stop us from being connected to the herd. It's lonely at the top, right? Are we starting to understand what's going on with the nervous system now? Okay, so when we are talking about does it come naturally, does it come easily, all of that stuff, yes it does, but is earning this type of money and charging this type of money, does that feel natural to you? Does that feel safe to you? Those are the questions you're going to be starting to ask yourself. Okay, so when you feel like it comes naturally and easily to you, does that mean you know, that is your area of mastery, right? That means you're in that arena of mastery, if it's just coming that naturally, right? But when it comes like that, does that mean that you shouldn't charge for that? Does that mean that you don't deserve to get that divine compensation? I'm just trying to read my notes here. May have written the notes a bit weird. Firstly, I want you to honor that, and I want you to state that you have mastered that, right? I want you to state that, yes, I get it. I'm really good at this. I'm natural at it. It's easy. It comes easy to me. I can coach really easy. I can heal really easy. I can see what's going on in other people's worlds. I can see where they're heading. I can see what's blocking them. I can help them to clear that. Put your hand up if that's you. This is me. This is what I do when I'm doing one-on-one. And I know I'm a master at it. Changing frequencies, changing beliefs, helping people to switch on their abundance, pure abundance codes. That comes easily to me. But that doesn't always feel, and it hasn't always felt safe to charge accordingly for that. And that's what we want to get to. All right, firstly, honor it. And you know yourself that you've probably done lots and lots, you've probably paid a lot of money for these certifications, for these qualifications. You've probably spent a lot of hours developing it, right? And you are now a master at that, okay? And I want you first, the next question I want you to ask is, if it's not safe for you to earn that type of money, I want you now to think about other people who are masters or who are really good at what they do. And they do charge accordingly, and they do get paid accordingly. All right, now I want you to just explore that for me. Write it down for me. Who are the people that you know are really great and amazing at what they do, and they get paid accordingly? Write them down for me. So do you know any masters? Do you know anyone you're following right now? You know, any masters, anyone you really admire, anyone that You think, yeah, this is person, she's got it, he's got it, whatever it may be. Write them down. Now, when you think about those people, those masters, right? When you think about those people, those mentors, those coaches, those healers, those really amazing people that you follow, maybe Brene Brown, all of those amazing people, right? When you think about those amazing people, okay, does it make sense for them to be compensated? Does it make sense for them to actually get some money for what they do? Does it make sense for them to be compensated well for being a master at their game? Does it? Now I want you to think about you being in that area and in that arena, because you already are a master at what you do. It already comes naturally. It already comes easily. You're already selling something or creating something or serving something, right? Serving someone from this natural, easy state, right? Or you're getting there anyway. If you're not there already, you're getting there. So now, does it make sense for you to get compensated for that? Does it make sense for you to get paid well? If you are not hitting or trying to hit 6 figures in 2020, are you going to be able to continue with your impact-driven business? Is it going to be sustainable? Is it going to be feasible? Or will it be easier just to go get a job? That's what I want you to ask yourself. And that's why 10Ks a month and 6 figures is a must, I believe. You don't have to get there in the first year. It could be, I had 50K in my first year. That was a really great effort. And that could be your first goal. But I'm just saying, your goal should always be to try and hit that, because you know, and I know, that all of this work we are putting into our businesses is actually a lot. And it's taking energy and time out of our family. It's taking energy and time out of our relationships. And we need to make sure that it's well worth it. So why not go for at least 10K months, right? Okay. So now I want you to think about your genius, your zone of genius, your healing modalities, your techniques, your coaching modalities that you're really good at, right? I want you to really just step into that. Stand up confidently in that. Know, and I want you to tell everybody, what are you really great at? You know, what are you amazing at? What is your zone of genius? What do you bring to the table? What's unique about you, right? Because everyone's unique. Even if we do similar type techniques, no one's going to be the same. Okay, people are going to want to be with you for you, and you're going to learn that as well throughout this process. So firstly, I want you to ask yourself this question. I want you to think about this actually. Can you truly say to yourself that I love receiving compensation, compensation for that which comes easily to me and naturally to me? Okay, can you confidently say I love what I bring to others, what I help others with? I love that I can do that. I love my gifts. I love all the healing that I can bring. I love my connection to self. I love my connection to source. I love my connection and what I'm able to bring to the collective consciousness. Are you able to confidently say that? Because that might be what's holding back the nervous system as well, okay? So your connection to everything is based on your self-worth. Everything. And your self-worth is connected to your history. Your self-worth is connected to your programs and your patterns. It's connected to your mother. It's connected to that primary caregiver. You know, if they picked you up when you were crying when you were a child, all of that comes into your attachment style. You know, all of that is connected, and it is directly and devastatingly connected to your self-worth. Okay, and I mean that with all the love, because we all have these issues. This is a human condition, lack of self-worth here. Okay, it is connected to your gifts. It's connected to, if you're going to make money, it's connected to your mastery, right? So a lot of us are still thinking, who's really going to pay us? Who's going to pay us that amount? Who's going to pay 3, 4, 5K for programs? Who's going to pay $300 a session? Who's going to pay whatever it may be, right? We've still got those things going on, and that is a lack of self-worth, right? When we forget our enoughness, our self-worth, our self-love, and we forget about that connection to the divine creator, to divine intelligence, to God, to the universe, whichever you want to call it, right? When we forget about that connection, when we forget about our worthiness and that connection to the creator, that all of a sudden we can relax, because when we actually get that, we can then all of a sudden relax, because we can lean into that truth and into that knowing, right? We can lean into that faith. And we can say to ourselves with confidence, I know that I live in an abundant universe. I know that when I ask, it's always given. And when I release the resistance, the connections and the people who are meant to work with me will find me, and this will be my year. Right? We are going to work out your offer and what is best for you and what is the best for you to charge throughout that process, right? And these are the questions I really want you to ask yourself right now, because if we can understand how to get from fear into love, how to get from anxiousness, nervousness into secured, confident, clear state, so we actually can take the actions and feel safe while doing that. If we can work that out for you, then that is the first step to being able to create clients and to being able to create a lot of impact and also a lot of money, okay? So the questions that you really need to answer, and write these down, and I will write it down again for you as well. Okay, who really wants what you've got? Who really wants what you have to offer? Write that down. Tell me, who really wants it? Not who needs it, who wants it, okay? Who wants what I have to offer? And then I want you, because we're going to get clear on how this is going to affect your nervous system. And don't think you're the only one. Every single person here has a nervous system, and it's directly connected to our vagal nerve, and we'll go on more about that in the process. But I want you to ask yourself, what would happen if you doubled your business this year? How would that feel? I want you to ask yourself that first. Does it feel safe? Do you believe you can do it? Do you feel worthy? What about if you 5 times your business goals? What about if you actually hit 10K months? Write that down too. How does that feel? Is it safe? Who's going to be affected by that? What are the good things that are going to come from that? And what are the bad things? I want you to get clear. I want you to dump it all out there. Okay, because this is how you are going to learn how to reduce and release that resistance, and how you are going to move from fear into love. And that is going to be the foundation of your business. It's going to be about the emotional resilience. It's going to be about your resilience, right? It's going to be about learning how to flow with the change. And don't get yourself, don't kid yourself. Being an entrepreneur, you are going to have to learn how to go with the flow. That's just the way it is, right? You are going to have to get comfortable getting uncomfortable, and you are going to have to love change, because nothing ever stays the same, right? So tell me, how does it feel when you 5x your business, when you double your business, when you reach 10K? Is it safe? Are you worthy? Do you believe? What is coming up for you? What are the bad things that could happen that are coming up in your subconscious? This is the time to do the journaling, guys. And if you need to pause this on the replay, pause it, write it down. Tell me what's going on there. Maybe you're thinking things like, well, why me? What's so good about me? Or everyone else and Sally Sue and 5 other people offer what I do, so why would people pay me? Maybe those are the fears and the resistance that are coming up, okay? What about if you are saying, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not skinny enough to get on live video, I don't have enough certifications, I don't know everything under the sun, therefore I can't teach, therefore I can't heal, therefore I can't coach. Are those some of the stuff that's coming up? Write it all down. I want to know them all. This is going to be part of your day 1 assignment. Okay, guys? So what if I told you that instead of worrying about everyone else's opinion, and instead of thinking I need more certifications, I don't know enough, I can't possibly charge that amount, I'm not the only person in the whole entire world that does this, so why are people going to come to me? What if I told you that right now you could deem yourself worthy of that money, of the clients? What if I told you right now that it's time to stop waiting for anyone else to validate you, and it's actually your place to validate yourself? What if I told you that? So it's your place to deem yourself worthy. It's your place to love yourself enough, because no one else can do that first, right? When you start showing up like, yes, I got this covered. You want some pure abundance coding? bang, come to see me. I know exactly what you need. I'm going to do this, this, and this. I'm going to do this, this, and this. And I'm going to charge you what I'm worth because I know that you're going to get amazing results. What if I told you that? But it's up to you to deem yourself worthy of that. So whatever you're waiting to hear, whoever you're waiting to do it for, I want you to do it for you. So whatever you have been waiting for and waiting to hear, do it for yourself first and then receive all of that love and recognition. Once you're on that boat, everyone else is going to follow, right? They can't follow you when you're not there. So get yourself in tune first. What if I told you that? Don't wait for anyone else. Today, right now, I want you to say, I am worthy of 10K months. I am believing that I can do this. Right? That's first step. So fears will come up. Your nervous system will come up. Your survival patterns, your self-sabotaging patterns, all of those patterns and your subconscious and conscious fears will start to show up, and that's normal. In fact, I want you to get excited when that does show up, right? Some of the fears, and now the time is here to list down what are the fears that are coming up for you. Maybe you have to pay more tax. I know, I'm going to put my hand up here. I held myself back from 6 figures because I didn't want to pay more tax. I didn't want to pay more childcare fees. Silly, really. I know that. I'm an abundance breakthrough coach. I know I was holding myself back for that. Maybe that's something that's holding you back. What are the fears that are coming up? I don't want to have to pay too much tax. Don't want to have to pay too much childcare. What if I make more money than my husband? All of that stuff. Write it all down. So what are the fears? Okay, what are the programs, the patterns? Okay, what are those that we are going to be busting through along this journey? I want to know. You might be even having that really big, what's the book called? By Gay Hendricks, The Big Leap. You know, you might be thinking, what if the bubble bursts? Everything's really good right now. But what if it bursts? What if I make all this money and all of a sudden everything else changes? That's a big fear, right? So the programs and patterns that most likely come up are the ones I've just spoken about, right? And we'll be busting those ones. The busting the ones that say like life's supposed to be hard, you're meant to work hard for your money, you know, all of those things, okay? Because just because everyone else has to work hard for their money, just because everyone else is stuck in that paradigm, all right, we are the leaders, we are the impact-driven female entrepreneurs. It's time to rise above that and get to the next level because everyone else will follow. They will follow, right? Trust me. I know this. Once you get on board yourself, okay? Just because the majority live that way doesn't mean you have to live that way, right? Next thing I want you to think about, and I want you to write down, how do you reduce resistance? How do you get yourself out of fear? How do you get yourself into a safe, secured, attached state, into that nice, calm, relaxed state? What are some processes? What are the things that you do specifically? I'm going to give you some tips and things that I do, but I want you to write down the things that you know that work for you to get you out of that resistance state. So things like think about what's on the other side of that fear. When you're not in fear, you're probably nice and relaxed, like our breath. We're nice and relaxed. So some relaxing, maybe some reading. You know, what helps you to feel safe? Breath work, meditation, visualization, maybe listening to music is a great way to get yourself into a nice, safe state, into a nice new state, right? Think about what allows you to feel love, safety, and connection. I know that when I listen to things like Abraham, boom, I can get myself straight into a whole new state by listening and just really just being there present, doing my breath work while I'm listening, right? What brings you back to love and safety? First thing, slow down. Let's find out what it is for you. Okay, so shifting up requires us to slow down, to take a breath, to allow, to relax, to receive. Okay, we need to slow down in order to receive. Write that down. Is it breath work? Is it meditation? Tell me in the notes. What is it that allows you to receive? Okay, be very, very mindful of your stories. Be very, very mindful of your words. Be very, very mindful, because what we speak about, what we feel about, what, you know, like attracts like, okay? What do you want to create? The next step we're going to take for the next 5 days, I've done this before in my group a while ago, and I was reminded about this a while ago, and it's really, really great and really challenging step, okay? All of those questions I want you to answer, which we've already gone through, but the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go 5 days on a complain-free fast. We're not going to be able to complain about anything, nothing, right? It's going to start to shift your perspective on a whole new level. So complain-free fast for 5 days. Can you put your hand up if you're ready to have no complaining for 5 whole days? Yes, it's challenging. I'm there with you guys, okay? And I'm a pretty positive person. So we're going to have to get conscious about our unconscious complaining too, right? Ooh, write that down. We're going to have 5 days of no complaining. If a complaint does come up, write it down. I want to know about it, right? And if you were able to move yourself straight out of that, okay? Remember how extraordinarily powerful you are. So our thoughts, our behaviors, what we speak about, what we think about, we create, right? We're going to get further into that, but a deeper, deeper level. So don't forget that when we are complaining, when we are speaking about what we don't want, we end up getting those things, right? We know this. So complain free for 5 days. Next thing I want you to do is, just like on Gratitude Sunday, because gratitude and appreciation is receiving mode, I want you to write down, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 things, whichever it may be, as many things as you can possibly get that you are appreciating and you are grateful for right now in your business, right now in your life, right? 10 things about your business, 10 things about your relationship, 10 things about your health, 10 things about your family, 10 things about your home, 10 things about your car, anything, right? I want you to get very, very clear, and I want 50, 60 things that you are truly grateful for, and do the work. Don't just talk about it. We want no backseat drivers here, right? We are going, we're standing up, we're putting up. I want you to post a photo of this if you need to. I'll do a thread, right? I'm going to hold you accountable, guys. Write that down. The more you do, the more powerful it will be. If you do this every day already, awesome, great, you're super powerful. Do some more. Tell us about it, right? Next thing I want you to do is I want you to rewrite that story. So when the fear is coming up, when that resistance is coming up, what is the story? Get very clear at what's going on. What is that inner critic, that monkey mind, that ego, whichever you want to call it? What is that ego actually telling you? I want you to write what it's telling you, and then I want you to rewrite what you really want to believe, right? What you really know to be true when you're connected to source, connected to self, connected to all of us, right? I'm going to rewrite that story, and I want you to share that with us as well. I'm going to have a thread for these as well, guys, okay? And I'll do up a little so you know. Okay, and every time that story comes up, then it's up to you to actually, if you need to print out a few of those, print out a few, keep it on your desk, keep it on your computer, keep it on your mirror, keep it in your purse. Every time that story comes up, I want you to get out and rewrite it. Got a story written on my wall, that's why I've written that there, okay? Okay. I want you to think about that new story, and I want you to replace it every time. No more complaining. When that story comes up mentally, replace it mentally. Okay, and then I want you to think about and tell us what other ways that you love to get into a different state. Is it breath work? Is it nature? Is it meditation? Is it, going for long walks on the beach? Is it that you get to go to bed early and that really helps you to get into a better state, right? Is it that you like to read or listen to an audiobook? So write down what reduces your resistance to fear, what gets you into a nice, safe, natural, receiving state. Right? So to hit the next level, it will require you to check out what's really necessary for you to actually do. And that means doing the action steps that you quite often maybe put to the side and say, I'll do that later. Do it right now. Just right now. Take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, right? Don't waste any more time. So knowing that it's an exchange, right? If you're going to get what you've never got before, you're going to have to do what you've never done before. So you're going to have to exchange maybe some time that you might spend on Netflix, maybe some time you might spend, you know, what's going to go? What are you going to tell me? What's going to be gone from your schedule? Is it going to be endless hours of scrolling through social media? You're going to limit yourself to that. You have 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the middle, 30 minutes at the end. That's what I do. I give myself certain times. Some people might message me and I might not answer them for quite some time because it's not my time to be looking on there, right? Or I might spend, and I do spend about an hour a day on Messenger. If that's the case and you message me in that time, yes, okay, cool, we will message back, right? Our time is limited, so what are you going to exchange for these 10K months? What are you willing to release now? What's no longer serving you? Right? Write that down as well. I don't know why, but I don't feel like saying shit today. Okay? So that's another list you're going to get. So we're going to be getting real happy about writing down a list today. Okay, then I want you to make sure that you're, you know, when you are, what is it that you love to have around you? How am I going to say this? What is it that you love to feel or be around, right? That's going to help you to up level. I want you to write that down as well. Do you need to be clean? Do you need to be organized? Do you need to get out in nature at least for half an hour every day and go for a walk? When you do that, you know, what is it that makes you feel energized? For me, I love exercising. I love family. I love nature. I love walking in nature. I love really grounding myself. I love doing breath work. I love it. And just love spending time with family and friends and having fun. You know, for me, that's de-stressing and that allows me to connect. That allows me to receive. I receive more when I just pull back and relax, right? When I'm always hot on it and I've got to hit it and I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I usually end up repelling a lot of people because it's too much want and need, right? And that energy, it repels. So release, reduce resistance, and allow. That's what we really want to be getting clear on. So I want you to write down anything that's preventing you right now, anything that comes to mind, right? What is preventing you right now? What is stopping you from doing the action steps, from being able to receive, from being able to feel safe in receiving, from being able to do the action work that you need to do each day? What's actually preventing you right now? What needs releasing? Social media time. Maybe it's, you know, spending an hour on the phone every day to your best friend. I used to do that. I spent a lot of time on the phone to Andrea, and I often have to say I love Andrea, one of my bestest bestest friends that we speak to every day. But I often have to say, all right, it's time for me to go because I know that if I don't go and I spend more time on the phone, I ain't going to get my action steps done. So I've limited myself. You know, get very clear on that. I was going to go over the skill set required, but due to the time and the amount of work I've already given you, I will do that tomorrow. I'm going to write all of these things out in a nice little Word doc or PDF or something like that for you guys today. Would that be good? And then I want you to basically, you can print it out and then you can just do it and you can take a photo and you can send it in. Just put it, I'll put a thread up, okay? There's so many things here that I've already gone through. Let's just not get overwhelmed and take a vagal breath. Hold, then release. And together, throughout the next 5 days, we're going to go through everything you could possibly need. Okay, sorry that this one went for way longer than it was, you know, first organized to do. I'm going to start to be more succinct in the next few days, but I can't wait to see your results. I can't wait to see what's coming up for you, how you reduce that resistance, how you get from fear into love. I want to know all about it. I want to know the fears that are coming up. I want to know the beliefs and the patterns. And, you know, what is the things that are popping up for you that you may not have even realized were really holding you back? Where is it in your business, in your life, that you can reduce and release to be able to have more time to do the money-making activities, right? The messaging, the emails, the phone calls, the sales calls. You need time for all of those things, guys. Are you going to make sacrifices for your business? Because you're going to need to do that as well, right? All right, guys, that's day one over and done with. I'll have all the action steps up, Word doc for you as well, and that'll go in an email out with a copy of this. Any questions, make sure you PM me or put it in the group. Only positive stuff, no complaining for 5 days. It's going to be fun. All right, thank you so much. I'm going to love you and leave you, and I cannot wait to see your results and wait to see what you have written down.